So if you don't know, now you know. So Scott Peterson could be innocent. This is what they're saying, right? It's driving everybody crazy. Like that. What's that woman, Nancy Grace? That woman hates Scott Peterson. You should watch all of her shows. This woman knows every detail about the Scott Peterson case. She goes nuts. And she makes a very good point. She's like, there's no way this guy's innocent. I don't care what this LA Innocence program says that they're saying there's new evidence. She's like, what new evidence? Well, apparently there's some kind of a van that was never reported, okay? And it seemed like the van was, a bed was inside this van with blood on it. And they're like, could this have been Lacey Peterson's blood? There was always the theory, because there was a robbery across the street during the time of Lacey Peterson's disappearance. There was always the theory she was abducted by these robbers, and possibly was killed, and maybe they planted the body in the Bay Area because they knew Scott was like fishing there on Christmas Eve, right? But of course, the flip side of the coin is this guy was the biggest jackass in the world, did everything you could possibly do wrong to make himself look guilty. Even told his wife and his mother-in-law, he was like, I don't want to have kids. I'm going through a midlife crisis. I'm turning 30. I'm becoming a father at the same age. I'm freaking out. So, there was definitely concern there. There was concern, and then this guy, besides obviously cheating on his wife, that, the guy was renting porn when she was, missing. You know what I mean? This is not a guy who seemed like he was concerned about his wife at all. And even using that word missing when he called up Lacey Peterson's mom, the first day that he didn't know where she was, you don't use the word missing, right? She could have been with her friends. She could have been anywhere. Said, Mom, did you see Lacey? Did you hear? He just automatically said, Lacey's missing. It's like almost like it was premeditated. He knew what was going on. There's just so much crazy stuff. They had the hair and the pliers. It was in his boat. There was like a little blood on his bed that indicated there could have been a struggle and maybe she scratched him. But there was no hard evidence. It was all based on circumstantial evidence. It always drove me crazy, this case, because I want to know the answer so bad. But still to this day, Scott Peterson says he's innocent. His sister-in-law is fighting for him. She believes he's innocent too. I never really quite understood the whole dog situation, Mackenzie. So Mackenzie had the leash on and was wandering around, in the front, and I think a neighbor took the dog inside. I don't really know for a fact exactly what happened, but took the dog inside their backyard, closed the gate. Like, why would Scott Peters, like, I never just, like, why would he do that? Why would he kill his wife, right? Wrap her up in a blanket, throw her onto the truck, and then what did he do? He put the leash on the dog and let the dog go free? Maybe it was because he wanted it to look like she was walking the dog. You follow me? But the thing is that her doctor told her that she shouldn't walk the dog because she was in severe pain. Her legs were all blown up. She was ready to give birth. She was ready to pop, this girl. So it just, the whole thing doesn't make any sense. That's why this case drives people crazy. Now, some people are saying that the LA Innocent Project, they're doing this all for hype. You know what I mean? This is a high profile case. So they're just using it as a way to get out there to the mainstream audience. Other people who actually think Scott Peterson is innocent are saying, good, get the truth out there. What is your opinion? Do you think he's innocent or do you think he's guilty? My wife thinks he's guilty.
Guilty.
She thinks he's guilty. Video's not financial advice, not a financial planner. Videos for entertainment purposes
Guilty.
only.